It's go time.
The next person who I want to bring on stage, Mr. Chef Ed. Everybody say Chef. During that whole entire fiasco of me trying to figure things, tell us about your process of becoming a chef, and have you ever encountered that? And was there ever a time where you felt like they were maybe being too hard on you and you had to take accountability and say, okay, well, maybe that was a little bit too much seasoning, or, you know. Tell us about making those spices and how you take accountability.
Alright, so actually before I even jump into that, I want to just kind of veg you back off of what you said, right? And part of doing the hard work is actually being consistent, right? Because you know you have to do the work, but you also have to actually do the work and continue to do it, right? To actually progress. So we can make plans all day and say we're going to do X, Y, Z, but if you're not doing X, Y, Z every single day, every single week, every single month, then it doesn't matter, right? So I just wanted to say that. But in terms of spices and seasonings, you know, a story of when I actually got into cooking, I was very young. I was probably maybe 10, 12, and I was actually cooking food at home, and I oversalted the food. And I remember that because it was like a big moment for me, because I had to figure out how to fix it. And the criticism was, you oversalted the food. So, you know, me being this perfectionist, even at that age, I had to come to the fact that, okay, you made a mistake. Now you have to actually say, yes, I did own up to it. I didn't want to admit that I oversalted the food, you know, because you're a kid, you don't want to admit anything. But being accountable is really important. And once you actually are accountable, it's doing the necessary steps to get better after you figured out that you've gotten there. At least when around my family, it wasn't like cool for a guy to become a chef, you know, unfortunately. So, you know, I was met with, you know, maybe you should do something else, you know. So I was pushed in the direction of being an artist, or to draw, design, that kind of thing. But I didn't really feel passionate about it. But cooking innately came very easy for me. So I just kept cooking, even though I didn't think that I was going to actually be a chef until I graduated high school, right? That's when I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. This was because throughout high school, I was actually taking cooking classes in school. So that just kind of propelled me into just being comfortable enough to say, okay, this is what I want to do as a career. And I never looked back. There were opportunities to do other things, but cooking was just easy. I could do it without thinking twice. Like, it was effortless. So why would I go against that, you know?
I love that.
I wish. Cooking can't say you to me. I wish.
Is really important to you, and then what you're willing to give up, because we have to sacrifice. We have to give up something to get something, right? We can't just keep expecting to get and not give anything. And giving something doesn't mean giving up your left arm. It doesn't mean giving up your right leg, but you have to mentally, physically give up something. Your time, money, energy, space, you know, helping someone, right? Being of service. You know, and for me, I think God really shines on us when, instead of asking for things, just saying, you know, give me the wisdom, right, to do what I'm supposed to do. So with that, it's like, all right, you're not asking me for money every day, but if you're just asking for wisdom, I can give you that all day long. I didn't really have someone that I could look up to and say, hey, you know, what would you do in this particular situation? And I feel when you've acquired a bunch of knowledge and you're selfish with that, God is like, come on, man, you know, why are you doing that, right? So for me, I'm all about just sharing the knowledge that I've acquired, and I'm like a sponge. I'm always trying to learn. So the minute I know something, someone else knows it, because that's just how I feel, you know. So I'm just sharing this information. So being able to do that, you also have to take time for yourself and regenerate, you know, regroup. You know, I love going to the spa. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I love getting a massage, but that's like my thing to, you know, get back to where I need to be, right? I love taking trips. I love traveling internationally. Like, that's fun for me. That's how I get to get back to 1,000% so I could keep giving. Because like, you go on any of my websites, my pages, I'm always just sharing information. I'm always helping people.
Shameless plug. What's that website?
It's the Virgin Air Fantasy is the Chef and the Wig Maker. It's Chef Ed. It's Knife and Spoon. There's a bunch of them, but you know, the whole point is to be able to provide a place where you can give information and help people as much as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love that. I felt like you wanted to piggyback, tell.
Yeah.